Welcome back to the second episode of Zero to Hero. Make sure to stick around until the end for an awesome game. Without further ado, let's jump right in. For my first drop, I landed at Salty Springs with my trio. I didn't get a gun, so I had to evacuate. I knew the house was busy, so I thought I'd hide at the top. Luckily for me, I found a blue AR. When I went through the door, a pistol, the best gun in the game. When I arrived on the scene, my teammates had already swept the floor. I stepped outside the house, and I saw like a box. Nevertheless, I shot it, and I made light work of it. I was immediately shot at, so filled. I was filled with confidence, so I decided to push him with my insane ramp building skills. But then, I set myself on fire. Shortly after, a madman came in a car. My team decided to show him who was boss. He did not last long. I saw another guy up on the house, so I put my ramp building to use again. I shot him with my pistol and showed him what's what. Later on, some more people were on the house, so I had to show him what's what again. I don't really know what was going on in this part. We shot at some people, they shot at us, but no one really made any moves. But what I do know is when they pushed us, we died. Following drop 1, which was pretty decent, were drops 2, 3, 4 and 5, which frankly were poor. I thought I'd put them in a montage. So, sit back and relax, because this took way too long to make. Drop 6 came, and I can't really remember where I landed, but I do know I ended up in risky reels. I shot at this guy and ramped up yet again. I found myself on the high ground with the same man, but he had a harpoon gun, and harpoon me down, and shotgun. Drop number 7, we landed at Dirty Docks and had a boogie. We messed around with the cone and then set off. Things this game were getting pretty serious because this was the first time we reached top 8 this episode. My teammate was very keen. He tagged the danger and even got 1 kill. As I moved in closer, I began to ramp and got the easiest kill of my life. After shooting the floor, my kill was finished and I got the Ratatata achievement. I continued to ramp up towards the danger. I was shot down, but I didn't die. I defied gravity. Unfortunately, that game I died, but my teammates survived. I guess I deserved to die because I wasn't wearing my Thor skin. So much sneaking around, he took some shots. Not many, but they hit. He found himself being chased by the storm. He jumped down. Eagerly, we watched as he carried on and took some shots. These shots turned out to be key, because the other guy finished him. This was it. The enemy was in sight. It was the final 1v1, and we died. It's drop number 8, and my teammates dragged me out to this place I don't know the name of. I landed there, and got ready for the game. As we pushed in towards Doom's Domain, we were pushed by some guys who seemed quite good. So I had to show them my incredible accuracy. I became surrounded with bullets coming at me from every angle, but these didn't frighten me. I just built up. But the footsteps did cease. I built frantically. I wasn't scared at all, I said. I hid in my box and took a mini. I died. Or did I? My teammate managed to revive me in the storm. He pulled away. I thought he was going without me, but I managed to get inside the lorry. The game continued, and we made it near to the end. My teammate hit this awesome snipe, and then he hit another, but it was on the same guy. We later found ourselves in this fight with a tower. Nothing much really happened here, but we did have a little scrap. I also shot some SMG shots that got me absolutely nowhere. The game drew to an end. It was just me versus one team of 3. The odds were tight, but I thought I could do it, so I built up on this guy. Unfortunately, he killed me. It's time for drop number 9. There's nothing else to say apart from this is an interesting one. I found myself right in a roof, selfishly drinking mini shields while my teammates were getting killed. I hopped out armed with a boogie bomb and put on a poor show. Following that monstrosity was drop number 10. Before I landed, my teammate was knocked. I don't know how that happened, but I did get a gun. Instead of hiding, I decided to grow a pair and save the day. Armed with just my assault rifle, I killed him. What happens next is, well, I'm not quite sure. In fact, it's quite a shambles, so I'm just gonna let you watch it because I have nothing to say. One thing that is worth noting is, and I didn't know this, once you take damage, your boogie bomb disappears. I wish I learnt that boogie bomb fact before I threw it in the storm. It's time for drop number 11. I changed the font on this one and decided to get some of these robots. We shortly found our way into Lazy Lake. We heard loads of footsteps inside, but decided to scout the roof before we went down. My teammate went in, and I included this fancy camera angle. I was a bit late, but I still did manage to get a kill out of this. We later found ourselves back on the roof where I was impulsed on. Fortunately for me, it was horrendous. Since it was just one guy, we ganged up on him. We chased him to the bottom floor, and we gave him what for. Moving into the more rural areas of the map, we came across another lone soldier. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't handle the dream team. The storm pushed us over to Lazy Lake rooftops once again. I built up on this guy, did some swivels, built up, took the high ground. Then, I cracked him. Then, I fell, but I did catch myself. With my flawless building skills, I escaped the storm and trapped somebody in it. Now this next bit is gonna look crazy, but I knew exactly what I was doing. I was running low on mats and needed to get down. Unfortunately, I forgot that the boogie bomb stopped from earlier. Drop 12 now, and I had a showdown with a man around a door. I chased him down the stairs. Even though I hate the charged shotgun, it did do pretty well here. We lost his teammate until we found him hiding behind these barrels. He made a daring escape, but he was no match for the best gun in the game. This fight was a chaotic one. It was underground, there were tunnels everywhere. I used my impeccable aim to kill this man and boxed myself in. It was a fight to the death in a 1-by-1 space. I came out on bottom. Drop number 13. Unlucky for some, so I did some fishing and avoided the danger. I found myself in a fight. I did some edits that I was rather pleased with. I then found myself in another 1-by-1. This time I came out on top. I shook him down to find his opponents. We gained the high ground. I managed to build up and I was taking shots down below. They were doing a little bit of damage, but every little helps, hey? I then got shot, dropped down, and shot in the back. It's drop number 14, the one you've all been waiting for. The action started fast with a quick kill. We heard people upstairs, and my teammate threw one of those bouncy things. This was good bait as they all came down, right into our trap. Now, watch this next bit closely. I don't know how this happened, and I'm pretty sure it's a glitch. My teammate got knocked. I destroyed this wall, went to reload my gun, but then I started reviving him through the wall. We got impulsed, and I hit a clean shot. The game took us to that hill with those big robots, where I found a rival Thor. I killed him as I was the superior. I heard shooting to my left, so turned around. The action was hot. I turned to my blue AR. I dropped down, and then I got the kill. We came across this guy who wanted to take us all on in a humongous fight. I included a fancy camera angle here as I wasn't really doing anything. Be sure to watch it, as that is where all the action is. This is possibly my favourite part of this episode. Some would describe it as taking candy from a baby, others shooting fish in a barrel. I like to describe this as 3 kills. Just watch and see what happens. We got the win. What a way to end. Thank you for watching this belated episode of Zero to Hero. Be sure to comment your favourite drop and like if you want to see the next one. See ya.